Hi everybody. I've decided to try and do a video today. I've been out working in the yard, so I'm kind of a little warm, but I kind of missed being with you guys. So I thought what I'd try and do is do some individual posts each day if I can to kind of keep up with our chats. I'm only going to be able to post one a day. I'll try and do it around 1 o'clock. It's really hard. It's really hard to come up with a video that'll tell y'all something and be interesting for you without having any kind of chalkboard or whiteboard or cards or anything like that. But don't have my video people with me right now, so at least for another week, we're kind of not allowed to, go into work and things like that. So, but I can work from home and I can be with you this way. So one of the things I thought I'd talk about is something that we haven't really discussed yet. We mentioned it, but we didn't really have time yet to talk about it in detail, and that's about what opener does after responders bid. We call that openers rebid, their second bid. And of course it can be 2 or 3 bids, but their second bid. So they've opened the bidding and responders bid, and now what do they do next? So here we go. We're going to take the easy one first. This is probably going to be 2 or 3 days worth of little tips or chats or whatever. But let's take the easiest one first. You're opener, and you bid a heart, and your partner raises to 2 hearts, showing 6 to 9 points and at least 3 hearts. So remember, your opening bid showed at least 5 hearts and at least 12 points, and it could have been a really strong hand, or it could just be 12 points. So what happens is opener needs to take the information that responder gave them, and they'll decide on their second bid based on that. When your partner bid 2 hearts, for instance, if it went 1 heart, 2 hearts, they told you 6 to 9 points and at least 3 hearts. So what you're going to do is you're going to add your points to that 6 to 9 points and decide, do we have enough to try for that big bonus, that game bonus? Now, if you remember, you usually need between 25 and 26 points for y'all to have enough to bid to the 4 level, the game level, and be successful in making your contract. And if you don't have 25 or 26 points, usually not a good idea. Usually. Okay, so you're going to add your points to theirs, and if you can't come up with 25 or 26, say you only have 14 or 15, well, 14, and even if partner had 9, is only 23, so you don't have enough for game. So you would just pass. You would just say, okay, we'll stay low and safe. I hope we make it. There's no upside to bidding higher if you know you don't have enough for game, at least not when it's just you and partner bidding. Now, if the opponents have entered into the auction and they've made some bids, sometimes you bid higher to make sure your suits trumps, but there's not a reason to do it if it's just you and partner bidding. You just stay low and stay safe if you know you don't have enough for game. Suppose you have 19 or a really good 18. Well, let's bid game. I know we have a fit because partner raised. I know we have around 25 or 26 points. She who knows goes. You just go straight to 4 hearts. You know you have enough for game probably, and you know you have a fit. The one that's hard, what if you have the 17-point hand? You have 17. If partner has 6, that's only 23. But if partner has 9, we have enough, right? Well, you're going to learn some fancy ways, some interesting things that you can do as you progress in bridge. But for right now, what you do is you bid 3. So for instance, you open 1 spade, your partner bids 2 spades, showing 6 to 9, you bid 3 spades. So your partner is going to think about that, and he's going to say, well, if she knew we had enough for game, she would have bid 4 spades. She would have bid 4 spades. She would have just gone right to game. So she doesn't have that hand. And if partner only had 12 or 13, why is she bidding again? There's nothing great about that. So we're in 3. Maybe I might go down in 3. Oh, I get it. She's probably trying to tell me we're close. Thinking, she's probably saying, am I 6 to 7? And if I am, to pass. And if I have 8 or 9, I should be game. So what responders going to do is look at their hand and see where they fall in their 6 to 9 point range. Now, that's easy. But what if it goes 1 spade, 3 spades? And partner's telling you they have 10 to 12 and at least 3 of your spades. Well, I can't try to get to game now. We're already at 3. If I bid again, we're 4. We're at game level. Remember, 4 levels the game in a major. So how do I decide? What do I know? Well, if you have enough high card points, it's easy. You just bid game. So how many high card points would you need? 15 or 16. That would be enough. But what if you don't? Or what if you're close? What if you're 14? Or maybe a really good 13? Well, what you want to do is think, is there something extra about your hand that makes you think that game's possible? So what might that be? What kinds of things are we talking about? Well, if you had extra trumps, if you had more than 8 trumps between your 2 hands, partner promised 3, what if you had 6? That's an extra thing. That's good. What if you had 2 5-card suits? Well, now you'd have a second suit that might become a source of tricks, so that would be good. Let's see what else. Oh, what if you had texture, a lot of texture? Texture is if you have a lot of 10s and 9s and 8s in your hand. Sometimes those types of hands, those cards will push out the big ones and help you take tricks. Another thing I like are hands that have 6 trumps and then 4 cards in another suit. That's great. I love 6-4 hands. I would always big game if I had a 6-4 hand and I thought it was close. And the last thing is called purity. And that's a little bit harder to understand. But purity is when you have your honor cards located in the same suits together. Like suppose that you had the ace, queen, 4th of diamonds. That means the ace, the queen, and 2 more diamonds. We call that ace, queen, 4th. Well, that ace and queen together, remember that finesse thing that we talked about? So you might get 2 tricks if you had the ace, queen. And what if your partner had something good in diamonds? What if your partner had like a king of diamonds or something like that? Now we might have 3 diamonds, or if he has a lot of diamonds, we might even have 4. So when your honor cards are kind of together in the long suits, like your trumps are king, jack, a little suit on the side is ace, queen, instead of a king over here and ace over there, jack over there. Those are good things. That's called purity. So those are the kinds of things you look for. And if you have something extra about your hand, other than just your high card points that says, yes, this is a good hand, you want to go for it. You want to try and go for game. Well, I hope this was useful. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a pretty day out here in Atlanta. I don't know where y'all are from, but the weather's nice. It's probably in the 70s right now, and I've been out working in the yard like I told you. You might see there's my azalea bush. I've got a pretty big yard here with a lot of trees and a lot of poison ivy, so I have to be careful. Anyway, I'll try and post, at least once a day, or try and post once a day if I can. I hope I don't miss any days. And I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you have a good weekend, and I'll try and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.